Right, welcome back to RaidCall EMS 1.
Yes, we've got sound working.
What? So sarcastic. Yeah, you weren't meant to hear that. There was private conversations, so that's why you couldn't hear anything. There was nothing wrong with the sound. We are in Studio 4 right now, so I'm a little bit restricted in terms of what I can do production-wise. I can't sprinkle magic on anything. However, guys are almost ready to go, so I'm going to drop you into the game because Knife Round is about to start. And we had a suggestion from Tom Diablo Newman. Oh, hello.
As soon as you say his name, the police already start coming. That's all I'm saying.
And he says I should do Bane from Batman. I don't know if I can do Batman's Bane.
Finally sound about your age.
But let's give it a go anyway. They are starting to stab each other, which seems rather inopportune. I'm not even sure I sound like Bane, but let's keep going. Because Fetish has now taken down one of the VeryGames players. It's a 4v3. And that's now 3v3 because Existence has been very exceptional with the blade. It's now 3v2. Please, for the love of God, end the round. It's going to be Sharks versus Zip. And one of them is going to win a face mask that makes you sound like nothing like the man you actually are. Yes, well done, Zip.
Thank God for that.
Yeah, well, like I said, you know, you give us suggestions, we'll give it a go. I can't promise any goodness from it. I can't promise any high quality, you know, sounds or impersonations or anything like that.
You listened to Tom Diablo Newman.
Right, that was the problem. That's where I went wrong, right?
That's the initial issue. You know, it's a bad place to go.
Yeah.
Bad place.
Okay. Generally, I think Twitch chat thought that was pretty poor, and I would agree. So yeah. I'm okay with that.
Out of 10, guys, give them a little bit of a rating. Give me out of 10.
I don't think they should do that because I think it could end up with like minus scores.
No, that doesn't work out of 10. From 1 to 10, guys, give him a rating. Help him out. Help him out. Be nice.
So anyway, if you've got better 10. What?
8.
8? No,
7.
-4, -3. See, I agree with those guys.
1,000 out of 10. He's just
a 10,000 out of 10.
Yeah, look at that.
I think you just broke Twitch chat, by the way, guys. Anyway, it's only a bit of fun. That's why we do these things. You set the challenge, we'll try and rise to them or fall to them, one way or the other. And it's just a way of getting through the knife round. As I don't know. Tell us what you think. If you like knife rounds, then maybe we'll do one properly for a change. But I've not really seen. I've never seen an exciting knife round ever in my entire life. In fact, the most exciting one I ever saw was Joe when he was commentating in Irish.
In Irish?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. I haven't heard Joe's Irish accent. Clearly been missing
out.
No.
So I think his dad or his uncle or someone in his family is from Ireland, and he's very familiar with the accent.
Okay.
And did a mighty good impression.
That's why I like it.
Mighty good. It was very good indeed. Like that a lot. And we are ready for the second semi-finals. RaidCall EMS 1 full cut number 1, complete with fade bayonets and slaughter gut knives for the pistol rounds this time.
You never
Not
know.
the knife rounds. I don't think we're going to be seeing any knives this time round. Oh, there's a quick push from Existence there, and actually it was MBK got a little bit of damage done. Dupree did as well. We haven't got through the team lineups yet because we were about to do that, and they've just started on each other very quickly indeed. But let's just quickly run through. Fetish, Zip, Device, Freese, and Dupree. It's an all-star lineup from Copenhagen Wolves, and likewise for VeryGames. You know them, you love them. You hate them sometimes too. They are the perennial runners-up who this year at last have started winning LAN tournaments. Shock, Smiths, MBK, Existence, and Scream. Or Scream, if you want to give him his full name tonight. Molotov unleashed into the B bomb site, just down by the side of the large box at the back, but that's actually a decoy because it's VeryGames who are going to push now up middle ramp and in towards the A bomb site, but Dupree is here waiting, picks up 3 in a row! Brilliant, Dupree! 3 down, 2 to find, and they're both coming up this ramp as well. One's going to pick off Scream. Actually does come back in on Dupree. Freeze then picks out MBK with a headshot, and we've now got a 4v1, and Scream, well, if you want anyone in this position, it's probably Forrest, but next to him, it's probably this man, because he's just as good with the pistols. It's Scream, 1v4, and he's going to go down at the first time of asking against Zip. And Copenhagen Wolves have started very nicely indeed.
And how important was that nade from Dupree there? He managed to get so many of them damaged that it was just it allowed him to annihilate them like that. Anyway, 1-0 as you said, and I'm looking at Copenhagen Wolves to really step up here. They've been doing so well. They've had a couple of roster changes to say the very least, but hopefully makes them a little bit stronger. So we'll see what they have now, as they do have the weapons beside them, whereas the T-side still just with those pistols. But as you said, out of all the players, bar Forrest you'd like to have with a pistol, they still Scream, so damage can be done. Let's see what they have in store here. And wow, this is a caramel.
I've not seen one of those. That's a caramel UMP. What?
That's fantastic. Let's have a look, see what Freeze can do. Just peers out a little bit, trying to test the waters. And MBK again, the one to be challenging by A. Wouldn't really be want to take it on Dupree right now, personally. So, seems as though VeryGames liking to take their time here. Generally a highly strategic team. Just casting with Fiflaren, he happily pointed that out. They're one of the teams that will have their set strategies, that will run it down to whichever time they feel comfortable on. And that hazard camo does look incredible. I've got to say it. It looks very nice. But seems like VeryGames really are going to be playing this one out as far as they can. 35 seconds now remain on this round, so they're going to have to commit soon enough. And we do see it's kind of edging towards A, all lined up and raring to go. It could be another Dupree round, but it's Device with that lovely caramel UMP going pretty wild right now.
What the hell?
Actually, Device, yeah, pick up 2. Now looking for more. He's in a nice position, but Shox comes flying through, picks up the reply frag. Dupree quickly shuts him down before more damage can be dealt. And actually, Copenhagen Wolves are slowing them down and dealing with a little bit of a threat that was pouring out towards their bomb site. So, not a bad round for T-side. Did manage to pick up 2. Sadly, no bomb plant, no more than that. But not awful.
That caramel seems to leave his opponents with a sticky situation.
Bad aftertaste, some might say.
Certainly one of the weirdest looking guns I've seen so far, but nevertheless, very effective from Device in round 2. And we've got an early buy here from VeryGames. Not unusual to see them do that, although it's only a partial. There are 2 Galils and an AK, and it's not going to make any difference. Dupree shuts down 3 inside the bomb site. Nicely done. Device with the 4th, and this is going to be an expensive round for them because they haven't picked up a single kill on the partial buy. And VeryGames now head into round 4. Is this going to be another save?
It looks like it.
Does look like it, doesn't it?
It's a smart thing to do here. That investment was literally
that was awful.
Thrown all over the floor.
Yeah, that was a terrible investment.
And to be fair, they didn't get that much done. They did pick up those 2 kills around prior, which is fair enough, but no bomb plants, no nothing like that. They were really going for that. Anyway, let's see what they have in store this round. Maybe VeryGames can dig deep enough. But it's Dupree again. I would not be wanting to challenge this guy right now. He's been really racking them up. MBK backing away. Freeze though, just peering out. Smith has found him. Oh my word, Freeze, beautiful headshot there, denying Smith even a glimpse as Dupree has pushed forward to challenge by that A site, taking out MBK. He's just been trying to annoy them more than anything, just bite at their heels every time they've got a little bit of a peek. And Copenhagen Wolves right now are really dealing with the previous finals champions comfortably. So, last man is Existence. And is Zip to have a little bit of a glimpse there. A bit of a tag going on. 73 HP now left on him. Let's see exactly where he is. Right now, he's in trouble. And Fetish will pin him to the wall. 4-0 is the scoreline. And yeah, it's an eco. Yeah, it was a bit of a whitewash. But Copenhagen Wolves played it very nicely. Didn't play dangerously. Freeze got a little bit tagged up in mid. Maybe got a little bit adventurous there. But he certainly dealt with it well.
Scoreboard's worth talking about right now. Shox has 2, Scream has 1, the rest have 0. That's 3 frags in 4 rounds. That's 20 potential kills, and they've only got 15% of them. Maths right there. 4-0 to Copenhagen Wolves, and this time round MBK's managed to get into the bomb site without dying to Dupree. They have picked that up. Nice smokes here, good deployment of those smokes inside the bomb site. You can see they shut off the AWP from the far side and the entrance from CT ramp as well, and they've managed to get the bomb planted. Device somehow picks out a headshot onto Scream. No idea how that one came about, but it's now a 4v4. Bomb planted, smoke still being deployed inside that bomb site. And VeryGames now on the defence. 3 men in this corner now. They've been flashed once, twice, and Shocks him with a triple. He's going to go huge with a 4-man right at the end of the round. Massive, massive rounds from Shocks. And VeryGames get themselves on the board. And I tell you how they did that. It was deployment of smokes in the perfect position in every single spot that they knew they were going to be covered by. The entry kill as well from MBK. And then the bomb plant. Put the pressure right back on Copenhagen Wolves. And then just a little bit of magic from Shocks to finish it off. Perfect round from VeryGames.
Insane round coming out there. That's the confidence they needed. That's a little bit of a boost and spark. 6-4. Insane stuff. Compared to the rest of his teammates who barely made it on the scoreboard, he's looking good to go forward, but Dupree is on fire again. The reply comes in massively. 3 kills. Surely not going to get the 4th. He will go down to the hands of existence, but Freeze and Device are ready to pick up the mantle. And that's Copenhagen Wolves finding their reply and just rubbing salt into them and saying, guys, you take that round. You let Shock shine.
I want to show you something.
Wow.
As well. Yeah, great round. I just want to show you something. This, by the way, ladies and gents, is the B bomb site. We haven't seen it much in this game, but that's the B. It's
I
just
didn't even know that existed.
No, there's another one. Yeah. Anyway, all the action taking place on A so far, and VeryGames losing that one very quickly indeed. Copenhagen Wolves showing that they are not intimidated by VeryGames. They will not just lay down and roll over for them. Existence having a bit of a battle here with Dupree in the mid on ramp, and does win that battle, although he's only got 11 points of health, so although it's a 4v4, they are effectively 1 man down. Oh, that's a little bit awkward for Smiths, but he does pick up the kill on Fetish Device in the middle of that. I'd also claimed one, and we're back to even Stevens at 3v3. Copenhagen Wolves 5-1 lead as Zip just nails Smith. I have no idea where he was just then. In fact, he's on the back stairs right now. And no one is actually down here, although he may think they are. Scream sitting in window. Bomb floor, but should be retrievable from Scream. Device now covering the A bomb site. His teammate is actually in spawn. Look at that, Freeze up on the car in spawn. Does pick up the kill on existence. Really nice positioning. And now Device spots the last man with 23 seconds remaining here. But Scream somehow wins that battle in a 3v1. It's now 1v2. But Scream's still got an awful lot of work to do here. Oh, he's picked the wrong side for the grade, unfortunately. But he's going to go for the plant. Oh, my goodness. Don't walk into a bomb site with the bomb in your hands, having not checked everywhere first. Bit of a rookie mistake there, but nevertheless, it was always up against it, and Copenhagen Wolves lead 6-1.
Yeah, and that's a little bit of a surprise for me. As much as I expected them to do well, I didn't expect the likes of Dupree to be doing that well. 14-4. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yes, he's been playing the bomb site that VeryGames only seem to know, but still, he's been doing wonderfully from it, and we do see VeryGames just onto the pistol, so in theory, it should be a Copenhagen Wolves round. Let's see if it is. MBK the first to fall there to the hands of Dupree again, constantly losing out in that little battle. Freeze falls onto existence, and it's a nice, comfortable round so far for the Copenhagen Wolves, only receiving 6 damage between them. That's it. That's all they've received. I managed to take down 3 of the opposition. So Shocks and Scream remain. Shocks is dealt with. Now Scream once again all alone. And there we go. 6 HP was all that the Copenhagen Wolves lost that round.
7-1. And scoreboard still not looking particularly good. Shocks had that 4-man, of course, but without that he'd only have 2 kills in the rest of the game. Well, we've played 8 rounds now, and Scream has 2, Existence 2, MBK 1, and Smith has 1. Dupree 15 for 4 right now. Double figures some time ago. Grenades unleashed through mid. Look at this, CT's getting so confident right now. They're just going to run down mid and kill them. And this is a gun round, don't forget, for VeryGames. Now another man on short walkway. He's going to go down to the gun of Device again. He's managed to pick up 2 before Existence disposes of him. Zip now coming in for a third of the round. And we've now got a 4 versus 2. Dupree's going to drop MBK, no problem there. And Screams, now last man alive. Oh, does pick up the kill on Freeze. I was staying with Freeze because I thought He's got AWP. He's coming mid. He's going down. And Scream defies logic. 3v1 now. Again, Scream this time in a clutch situation, which he just absolutely has to win, because VeryGames have started very coldly here. The reigning RaidCall EMS 1 champions from last season in the semi-finals yet again. But remember, we're back to the cup stages now. 4 cup stages over the next 4 weeks, then 4 group stages over the following 4 weeks, groups A through to D. And hold on, Dupree's going to clean up here. He picks up his second in the round, and Copenhagen Wolves at another round. They guarantee themselves a first half lead. We knew that was going to happen anyway, and they are 8-1 to the good. So just to let you finish off with, let me finish off. I'll let myself finish off.
You can finish yourself off anytime you want.
Thank you. And yeah, so 4 cups in a row, then 4 group stages, Group A's through to D, and the top 2 from each of the group stages go through to the LAN final. So the top 8 going through to our 3rd RaidCall EMS 1 final.
Now, bear in mind this is a CT-sided map, but it's not this CT-sided right now. This is all the Copenhagen Wolves doing extremely good work. Dupree being a bit of a monster on a site that's clearly VeryGames' favourite. We haven't seen much else from them. And Smith challenging instead of MBK this time, and it's gone just as well as before. Device and Fetish making such light work of VeryGames, and you do forget that VeryGames are the team that won the entire tournament last time this happened. They went all the way through to the grand finals and won, and now Existence is in a 1v5 with only 1 round to his team against the 8 of Copenhagen Wolves. 42 HP. Yeah, that went well. So, Zip will claim the last 9-1 to the scoreline. Copenhagen Wolves looking extremely strong right now. And just bear in mind, look at the kills on MBK and Smiths there.
Not a pretty sight. Not good. 9-1, and Copenhagen Wolves have been almost flawless, but they have been fantastic. And they've been very aggressive CT side. We don't always see that on Mirage. It sometimes happens if you have a runaway game. You then start getting a bit cocky, a bit aggressive, you push mid, you push ramp, and then suddenly you get your backside handed to you, so you back away, and then, because you've lost a few rounds, you're like, oh, okay, let's go back to normal then. But it's not happening for Copenhagen Wolves. They're just continuing to be very aggressive. You saw Freeze pick up another kill on Existence there. He's going to get another one in mid here on screen. Defensive flash comes back from him. MBK's now going to drop down and almost into the crosshairs of Device straight away. That was nicely lined up. And they're getting isolated in 1v1s now as well, VeryGames. It's not working for them, and yet something said to me that after the first 4 rounds of Doom, their 5th round, which they played perfectly into the A-bomb site with some really pinpoint precision smokes, said that they'd cottoned on to the fact that Copenhagen Wolves were weak to that, but yet somehow, look at that, Shox gets the drop on Dupree, but somehow Dupree just spins round and says, see ya. This is going to be another kill here right now. Freeze again with another one in the round. That's 3 from him. And Copenhagen Wolves are on a runaway train right now.
Yeah, and it's certainly not stopping anytime soon. The bias for the map, if you were wondering, guys, to my recorded stats is 52%, 0.8 in favour of CT. So it's not huge. It's not a massive ordeal. It's not like you should be seeing a 10-1 scoreline. But as you said, VeryGames have been so locked out right now. It's very surprising to see from them, because they've been doing quite nicely for the last couple of games, different tournaments. They've been winning. They've been turning up. They've been getting nice results everywhere else. They beat out Fnatic comfortably. They beat out playing Ducks, we saw yesterday. But it's not looking like VeryGames.
Dupree was just showing off the skin on his M4.
Is it looking pretty?
It does. It does.
But we are also seeing VeryGames finally discovering that there is a second bomb site here. There is that B site. 3 players are close. So MPK holding the push, taking his time. He knows that Device and probably Dupree will be there, as you can see with X-Ray on. So just taking their time. They like to run this clock down. Not sure if that's really paying off right now, but it's what they're comfortable with. So a couple of flashes going over. Dupree still waits. He's won that little 1v1 with MBK every single time bar one, but finally there comes the break. It's Smith's taking down Fetish. Opening kill to VeryGames this time. It could all now change, but look at the position of Device all the way around the back. Beautiful shot. He got MBK down. Zip can't do anything. Scream bursts in towards that B-bomb site. Finally, we're seeing a little bit of life going from VeryGames. Nade comes through, locking it down. What is that? It's Freeze in trouble, down to 42 HP. The fire come through. But I've got to say it, the position of Copenhagen Wolves gives them a chance of getting back here because it's so quick on the rotate. Dupree coming straight around, giving away where he is, but pushing in. Spots Existence, takes him out, there was no cover there. Device unravels, and it's just unbelievable, but Shock still stands. 2v1, Freeze is all alone, and he can't do it. Shox is the only man right now who's turning up for VeryGames, picking up 3 that round in an afterplant situation. And the scoreboard is a dire, dire sight for any of you VeryGames fans right now. Shox 9-10, and then below that, 4s, 3s and 1s.
Not nice in terms of frags for sure. 10-2 now Copenhagen Games, but I do want to point out, 5 rounds ago, I sarcastically sped over to the B-bomb site and said, hey guys, look, there's another bomb site here. And lo and behold, 5 rounds later, they finally found it. I think they used some sort of satellite navigation to get there, but it worked out for them. And they have finally picked up a round, and guess what? It's on the B-bomb site. So that hopefully will give them, I don't know, some hope that actually they can take it to Copenhagen Wolves, because maybe, just maybe, they found a little chink in the armoury of Copenhagen Games, because so far on A they've been almost flawless in the way that they have defended it. On B, however, it's not looked quite so strong, but VeryGames now pushing through mid with 2. They do have 2 going to come and join them. One under the underpass for sure. MBK picking up the kill on Dupree. Device reprise back though as he drops down out of the window. Oh, actually didn't drop out of the window, he literally just stood in front of the window. And that flash is horrible for Shox. That's going to last a long time. It feels like a lifetime when those go off in your face like that. But they've got 3 men mid now. Device waiting for them. Grenade unleashed by Fetish. He's now going to come round and join Device. These 2 men just standing there. Now a smoke put out here from Scream. Pops up the shot. Freeze picks up the first one on MBK as they try and make their way towards the bomb site. Scream's going to get a second one here. Nice work from him as they push in towards the A bomb site this time round. Grenade comes in from Freeze on the very low on health Scream. And now Shox and Smith. Oh! Stunning couple of shots from Zip. He picks off Shox and Smiths. And VeryGames, despite playing that one really well, were again undone by Copenhagen Wolves, who are absolutely beastly this evening. 11-2 on a map, by the way, which is the single most balanced map in the game in terms of competitive play.
Exactly, that's the big point here. VeryGames have no excuse. They are a top-tier team. This should not be happening. They're the team that everyone wants to see back facing off against NIP. They've missed each other a couple of times now. And, by all rights, VeryGames did win the last tournament. They didn't face off against NIP, but it'd be certainly a great way to kick things off here if they did make it to the finals. But right now, they don't deserve to be there. They're being walked all over by the Copenhagen Wolves. And VeryGames do only have those pistols around them. It's actually just MBK with the pistol there. Zip making quick work of him as they are going to make their push towards B. They found this site and they quite like it now. Existence comes through, takes down Fetish. Zip quickly replies. Doing work, but it's a back and forth, 3v3. No one taking too much of a lead until, well, Scream does that. 2v2. Dupree dug in on the site. Scream just to the right. Smith to the left. Lovely shot onto Smith. Leaps around. Now Scream in a little bit of trouble. If there's anyone who's going to do it, it's going to be him or Shox, but it's Device to come around from the back. And they're just playing it so well. The last 2 people standing was Device and Dupree. The people who are sitting so pretty at the top right now for Copenhagen Wolves. I never expected this game to be this one-sided.
Nope, got me on that one as well. The battle between Existence and Fetish in terms of the strat callers has been an interesting one for many years through Counter-Strike Source and Counter-Strike Go. And Fetish, for me anyway, one of the very best strat callers in Counter-Strike Source, and it's proving that he's just as good when it comes to CSGO. And Scream continues where he left off. A couple of big headshots from him this round, and they've got themselves back to a 2v2, although both of the counter-terrorists here are fully healthed, and the 2 remaining players on VeryGames are not, and that's going to give them a slight advantage. Zip does pick off Scream. Shox now the last man alive. Huge round for VeryGames here if they're going to have any hope when they switch over. It's 12-2. It's going to be 12-3 or 13-2. Shocks waiting. Senses perhaps that Zip isn't too far away. Fetish is also waiting. Any sound. Shocks is making none of it. Now he does, and he's going to make some noise now when he goes through here. They're going to know exactly where he is. But is it a fake? So far it is. Has bomb in hand, but they're not falling for it, Neo. Fetish has got the main bomb site covered. They've got Zip back at the other side. He did kind of fall for it, just in case. Wanted to make sure. And here comes Shocks. He's going to pick up the kill on Fetish. 15 seconds remaining. Has to get the bomb planted. Does he go for the safe plant? No. Goes for the plant that he can cover from the box. And does nail Zip as well. Nicely done by Shocks. The only man to put up any resistance in that first half, with 11 frags on the board. And he's won them a third round. It's a small pickings, really slim pickings amongst what they had.
For
but
sure.
12-3 has given them a little bit of hope.
There's, excuse me, there's a touch of hope right now. But all it is Shocks. The rest of the side, maybe Scream occasionally, have done so little. MBK consistently losing out to Dupree. Existence barely getting into this, and I'm normally so impressed by VeryGames. I love their execution. It's clinical, it's clean, it's to the absolute wire, but this time, no. They're very quiet.
No,
but bear in mind as well now, the problem being that the T side on this map may not be favoured overall, but on pistols, it's drastically favoured.
Yes.
Massively so. So if Copenhagen Wolves pick this one up and start building that momentum early on, VeryGames are in real trouble. They need to get this one. But Copenhagen Wolves lining up, just waving that pistol around. I'm not sure on those stats. I'm not going to believe they're legit.
859,000 kills for Dupree with that weapon.
He's clearly warmed up. Shining
Match
through.
for the win.
Yeah, you can't beat it. But VeryGames now on the defensive. Copenhagen Wolves pouring in slowly but surely towards A. Now, time to make the move. Couple of flashes going over. Freeze pushes in, as does Fetish. They've actually got full control of A. Seems like VeryGames are playing for the retake now. Not going to be challenging on the bomb site. And that's just put the clock against them more than anything. Device down to 42, though. Now, here comes the counter push. Lovely work going through. Shocks and Smiths. MBK takes down Freeze, and they're taking back the bomb site one by one. Dupree, the superstar from last round, is taken out. And that is VeryGames in a nutshell. Cool, calm, collected. Lovely retakes. Well played to them.
Much better from the RaidCall champions. They do get their fourth round on the board, second in a row, and should be able to convert the next couple as well, so they are on the comeback trail. Yeah, just for the record, by the way, guys, just in case you carried away with that, the 850,000 kills you saw on the USP of Dupree's is not right. It's a little bug that we get when we watch GoTV on the stat track stuff, so don't take too much notice of that. It's always fun to see the numbers, though, because you kind of sit there dreaming that maybe they have played enough time to get 859,000 kills with one weapon, I might add. Impressive. Five-man rush in towards the bomb site. This one's going to be an easy one. It's going to be a duck shoot for Smith. He picks up two. Can he get a third one here? Yes, he can. Existence has also got himself a free kill. And Device now, last man alive with 12 health. Someone kill him, please. Thank you. Shocks manages to get rid of him. And Eco Bash confirmed for round 2.
And there we have it. 12-5 overall. Still, obviously, in favour to the T side currently. And they are going on an early investment. They've had a good couple of kills. They did get the bomb down, I believe. So I'm pretty sure VeryGames will expect this. They knew what they were doing when they were coming in for that retake. They knew what it allowed them. So let's see how much they adapt to this already. I'm kind of curious what they go for here, because they've got to know that Copenhagen Wolves had the chance to get the money in early enough. A bit more cautious play from MBK, sitting quite far back, but it's actually Scream to be pushing out. Dupree knows this. But does he expect Fetish? Yes, he does. Smiths finds him first. Reply comes in. Dupree takes out Scream. And now 4v4. Smiths tears it into the favour of VeryGames, though. A little bit aggressive from VeryGames. Did not expect that at all. Now, 4v3. Bear in mind, this is a good big investment for Copenhagen Wolves. So they need this one, or at least a couple more kills. Freeze looking through mid. Device not too far away as well. Both trying to make their way through. Zip joins in, but look at Shocks. Perfect position, gets found by Device. Now, here we go towards the bomb site. It's all even. Slowly played rounds might fall in favour to the Copenhagen Wolves, and they deny VeryGames the chance to control the pace, but they could go towards a bomb site with 2 players or just the 1. Priest looking through towards the CT spawn. He might catch a glimpse of Existence. Actually, Existence catch a glimpse of him, takes him down. Advantage to the CTs. MBK flashed up, turns away. Lovely play, lovely stuff from MBK. Coming up big, takes down Zip and Device. And VeryGames doing what they had done back to them almost. They slowed it down, they controlled the place, they played disciplined, and that's what they're good at, that clinical play.
Guarantee you, half time will have come and Existence, Kevin will have been in that team chat going, guys, seriously, like, calm the hell down, start playing like how we can play, and we can make a comeback. He probably said it in slightly harsher words than I used, with slightly more colourful language, and probably about 100 decibels louder, but you get the point, and it certainly worked. 12-6 then, VeryGames were 12-2 down. That's a very awkward flash from screen. That doesn't work when you click the wall there, and this isn't going to work either. Shocks and Smiths picking up a pair apiece. The last man alive here is Fetish, and he has a sliver of health, and finally falls to Scream. So Eco, again, confirmed for VeryGames. That's 12-7 now. Copenhagen Wolves won't start to worry just yet, but game is starting to get away from them. Momentum has swung. The pendulum has swung across to the French and the Belgians right now in the way of 5 consecutive rounds.
Exactly that, and this is where Copenhagen Wolves need to make their stand. The aggressive push from VeryGames caught them off guard last time, knocked them back onto the pistol. It's time to turn it around a bit here. Dupree in the same place, with Zip this time actually, so a little bit different, but a massive stack out from the CTs towards A actually. I think we've got 4 players at least there, and MBK being the one roaming by B, so let's see if that pays off for them. Maybe they only know how to defend A as they only seem to be able to attack A. Well, we'll find out. Shocks' attention trained towards the push. Fetish with Dupree now, and Zip towards the apartments. It's just about time to line this one up and wait for those smokes to go off, and then they can actually push in and do something here. And there we go. So, 50 seconds, it is time to push forward. Flashes come out, but Smiths is still very much able to see. Takes out Zip, and look at that. Copenhagen Wolves were stopped in their tracks by that Molotov, but Dupree doesn't care. Picking down 2, Smiths goes down, Scream. Oh my word. Beautiful shooting coming back, 3v2 situation. But they have got a decent foothold towards B. As we said, the stack was at A. Now, Device gets it down. MBK was the player closest to. So, flashes coming out. Trying to hold them back a second. Device get in position. Now the retake can come in from VeryGames. They're so good at this. We saw them do it on A. Let's see what they can do on B.
Oh.
Freeze. Psh, perfect positioning. Catching Shocks off completely there. Bring it back to a 2v2 now. Clock is running down. The bomb is ticking. Scream goes in for a little bit of a dip towards it. Fakes it out. Draws Freeze in. But that's a trouble within itself. Freeze takes him down. Now Device comes in. Nice little double team between them. And Freeze will claim the last. But certainly with help from Device. Nice afterplant setup there. They knew they had the disadvantage of players, but they made that crossfire work.
Really nice.
7-13.
Really, really nice. Good play. Solid strat, executed perfectly again. Dupree moves on to 26 for 12, and I'd remind you, we played 20 rounds of Counter-Strike, so really good score from him. Device on 21, also having a monster game. And I don't mind looking at the red laminate AK, you can show me that all day long as far as I'm concerned. Dupree showing off the weapon. Copenhagen Wolves now sitting at 13-7 in the lead. Have made a few changes this year to their lineups, and 2 notable changes. Most recent, of course, adopting the former Fnatic favourites of Zip and Freeze. Hopefully they're going to stay together for a bit here, because I think this is probably the best Copenhagen Wolves lineup we've seen so far, certainly in terms of stature. VeryGames right now though, picking them off like they're flies as Existence gets himself a double. Smith's also picked up 2 in that one, and VeryGames aren't ready to lay down just yet. They've pulled it back again. Copenhagen Wolves now lead by 5.
Yep, 5 rounds difference. That's all they've got to do. So let's have a look, see at the scoreboard. As you can see, Dupree still 26 kills, Device 21, but they're all stepping up. That's the important part for VeryGames. It's not just Shocks, it's not just Scream. All of them slowly building up here. But I am on the Joe Miller rounds, and I might get a little bit of an interesting sight at least, as they're all lined up for MBK right now. There's the first. Let's see how many he can get down here. They are literally in a beautiful line, but they are flooding in towards the side. Shocks has claimed one. Nice positioning. Takes out Dupree. And it's pretty much all VeryGames right there. And MBK can feel happy with that one. It's not clearly the toughest challenge in the world.
No.
But it looked good. It'll boost his confidence enough.
I have to tell you, right, and this is the difference between, you know, averagely okay-ish player and a pro. I would have been sitting in that position with that orb, and when I saw all 5 men running me, that would be the point where I literally fire one shot and then run away very quickly. MBK had the smarts to throw a grenade back just to stop them if they rushed, and they did rush, and it helped dispose of the rest of them as well. Nicely done, eco round or not. Still got to execute them perfectly, and they did. 13-9 now, and MBK's opened things up nicely in round number 23. Although Shocks here also going to get himself a couple, is he? Yes, 2 from him, 1 from Existence. Last man will fall to Existence as well. And VeryGames now showing that they can have just as much domination on the CT half in Mirage as Copenhagen Wolves had first time round. Maybe this is a massively CT biased map overnight.
Yeah, suddenly everything's changed. It was a double eco coming in then from Copenhagen Wolves, so maybe they're looking to play for the later game here, make sure that they can claim the rounds they really need and play it safe enough. Anyway, VeryGames looking to counter that. Smiths and Existence going walkabouts towards B. But look at Copenhagen Wolves. They are nowhere near there right now. They are looking towards A. Device lining up. Last time they went on around 50 seconds. They're a little bit too quick for that one. Smokes are now landing into A. Counter flashes going up. Nades making sure they land correctly. Shocks gets the first one to Dupree. Scream looking for some targets for himself. He's found one. That was Device who made his way through. Freeze joins in. Back and forth we go. Well, it was a 3v4. Now it's a 1v4 as VeryGames stamp their authority. Not playing for the retake this time, are we, boys? You are going all out and denying and bringing this back to a very, very close game. 11-13.
Yeah, definitely game on now. I wasn't that concerned when VeryGames started winning rounds because Copenhagen Wolves just still seemed too strong, but VeryGames really have stepped it up this time on the second half. They do start slow sometimes in games, and they've had these issues in the past and always overcome them just through sheer resilience and sticking to the plan. Missing a few shots with the orb here, Shocks. That's 3 in a row, and need to land those kind of shots if you're going to have a decisive round. Still got a lot of work to do here, VeryGames though. Lovely grenades off the wall, that'll get him a free kill. Existence picking up that first one on Device, and yeah, a lot of people say, well, they play for 8, 10, 12, 15 hours a day. Well, most of them don't, but I tell you what they do, they practice things like throwing flashes off and landing smokes in specific areas a lot. I used to get bored playing with some of these guys. Guys, what are we doing? We're in the server, come and join us. Okay. What are you doing? I'm practicing throwing a flash. But you've been doing that for 2 hours? Yeah. Okay. You don't want to play on a public or have a mix? No. And that's why they're as good as they are, because they have natural ability and skill, but they'll practice to make it even better. And right now, Copenhagen Wolves are in a lot of trouble. They've gone and lost another round. With 4 to go, VeryGames now back in with a realistic shot of winning this semi-final. It's winner takes all after 1, who goes through into the grand final of the RaidCall EMS 1 Full Cup number 1 to face Ninjas in Pyjamas. One of these 2 clans will join them. It looked like it was going to be Copenhagen Wolves early on.
Did.
Very, very easily up in there. 12-2 up, remember. 12-2 up. Huge. 10 of the last 11 have gone to VeryGames.
Massive play. Copenhagen Wolves clearly in trouble now money-wise. Looking at what they have, a couple of pistols, nothing much. Looking towards A. Everyone lined up here, no one's splitting up. Here comes the push. Zip is making his way through. Smith now springs into action through that mid-connector, does get the tag, not the frag, Dupree denies, and now Existence avenges back and forth. Even a 4v4, make it a 4v3. VeryGames again, so strong with this. They have to be able to do it cleanly though, as Copenhagen Wolves need every little bit of cash they can get Bomb down, taking 1 kill in the bag. It's a good start, but they need more. Ooh, Scream coming in, takes out Freeze, but his device just waiting it out. I'm not sure what Existence was waiting for then. Maybe it's telling him what. Anyway,
no idea.
No idea what happened. But we do see that the last player will fall. It was Zip, and we are all even here. That was a little bit of a shame of the round to happen like that, where it was just the Copenhagen Wolves on an eco. But what a time for them having to turn it around now. VeryGames bringing it all the way back. They're a team of sheer class, but I did not expect this.
No, and Shocks moves on to 26 kills in the game, just one short of Dupree's 27, but Dupree had 24 after the first half. Set smoke here from Device. Dupree's already coming under fire here and is down to 11 points of health. Finish has also been clipped, and MBK's going to fall at the hands of the auto sniper in MBK's hands as Freaks replies back with the AWP. 1 for 1. Huge round, gun round for both teams. Loser will be, well, if it's the loser of his VeryGames, they will definitely be on an eco, and oh my goodness, Scream just wanders on past Dupree and gets easily shut down. That was daft. MBK now, last man alive with the Scar. He's going to take down one, and can he get a second inside the bomb site? No, he can't. The AK is switched over to Freeze now. Can he win the round? It's 1v1 right now. MBK dancing around the box, trying to make Freeze spend bullets, and he just about nails him with the last bullet of the AK. Steals away the lightning AWP as well, and when it mattered most, Freeze stood up to be counted, and Copenhagen Wolves are now 2 away from winning.
Finally they get themselves back into this one. It was a long time since they've actually really got a hard fought round on the board, and that went all the way through there. And Zip just went out. Not sure. Not sure what he's doing there. I think a little bit of confusion of comms possibly.
He's not sure if he's indecisive or not.
Yeah, he's not sure. He doesn't know. Who knows? Anyway, Copenhagen was playing this one a little bit slower, more focused towards B and mid, taking their time trying to counter any possible aggression that could be displayed from VeryGames, but they aren't going to lie, those smokes. Through mid we go. Existence Spray does get the first frag in favour to VeryGames. Shocks follows on to Dupree, and now Freeze in a good position to take down Shocks. So always in this little section they seem to do better, and Copenhagen Wolves have got the B-bomb site in their hands. Existence now bursts through. Freeze gets a glimpse. It's all he needs. Takes him out. 3v2 in favour to the team who's just got themselves into the lead here. Bomb is surely going down, and it has. Clock now against the 2 remaining VeryGames players. To lose it at this point would be hucking. There's now Scream and Smiths with the weight of the world on their shoulders. Smiths falls down. It's all on Scream. He's got the first. 1v2 now. He can do this. He got the tag and not the frag then. He didn't even get the tag, as Zip will eliminate him and take Copenhagen Wolves onto match point. It's a best of 1, guys. Bear that in mind. There's no second chances here, and I've got to feel a little bit for VeryGames in this situation.
Well, they made the hard work of getting back into the game and getting it back to 13 all, and they've now lost 2 in a row, and they now face 2 match points with a very low level of weaponry at the moment. There are 3 M4s, there's 1 man with a pistol, but they've started well here. Smith picks up the kill on Dupree. Grenade's going to do a little bit more damage in the bottom there as well onto Fetish. Freeze down to 5 points of health. It's a very, very good start indeed for the French-Belgian side. Not a man down. There are 4 M4s in play. I'm not sure what MBK had actually. We'll wait and see. I think one of them was short in terms of weaponry. Maybe they've been able to pick up one from Dupree, but Existence, brilliant little shot onto Device. They've gotten rid of another one. Freeze the only man to reply back. Double from Scream now, and it Zips the last man standing in a 1 versus 4, and he's going to pick up 1. Can he get the second one, or can Shocks finish this off to get himself his first kill of the round? Actually, it would be. No, he's done well here though, Zip, because they have absolutely no idea that he's moved away from the bomb site. So what he's doing right now, look at this, he's somehow managed to get to this point, but they didn't see him, and he will pick up a second in the round. 19 seconds remaining now. Was 4v1, now 2v1. Can he get a third? No, not quite. MBK wins the round, saves match point, and VeryGames stay alive for another round. Copenhagen Wolves have the one last chance to win the game and take their place in the final, or can VeryGames take us to overtime?
Well, we're going to find out right here, right now. As you said, it all comes down to this. Excuse me, I'm dying quietly from the sheer fact I did not expect VeryGames to come this close. And they could take it to overtime. Scream. Adjusting now. Actually going to be challenging Apartments fairly early on. Trying to find a way through. But T-side are looking towards B. Not fancying A this time. Last time it went all the way through. It was the first round that they really broke through onto after that massive amount of rounds they lost to VeryGames. So maybe going back to what they know. Just playing to the time. Waiting for their moment now. Dupree edging around. Zip lays in wait. First fire being exchanged. No tag still though. 1 minute left. The Copenhagen Wolves are now starting to make their move. Fetish through mid. Shocks getting out the flash. He's got the first. Dupree replies. Can this get any closer? It's all even until Device comes in. Gets the frag in favour to the Copenhagen Wolves as they've made their way in towards B. MBK standing tall, takes down Freese. And now we are left in a 3v2. VeryGames with the disadvantage again. But apparently they like to struggle in this one. Let's see if they can find the 3 remaining players and defuse a bomb. Here we go. Scream goes in. Zip finds existence. It's all onto Scream now. 1v3 surrounded by the opposition. This is going to be heartbreaking, but he's got the first. He takes down Dupree, keeping hope just alive, but they're playing to the time limit. Scream knows this is going to be almost impossible for him. He does get the second.
Oh my goodness.
But he doesn't have a kit.
Oh my god.
He's got to go get a kit. And there's no way this can happen now. GG well played are being said. He's going to go back in, but Device is there at the very last second. And Scream, you're breaking my heart. You went so big, but it wasn't to be. Wow.
Wow, what an end to the game. So 16-14 to Copenhagen Wolves, who claimed their place in the grand final. They stuttered a little bit in the second half, didn't they? But they were fantastic first half. 12-2 up, but took a little bit to get to the finishing line. VeryGames fought them all the way.
Yeah, and I love seeing that. It was very strange for me to see VeryGames not being that strong. VeryGames are always a side with perfect execution. Everything they do is clinical and is well played, and they've got the talent there as well. You know, you've got Scream, you've got Shocks. These guys can aim like no other. But then they were nowhere to be found, and it took them so long to get back into it that it was such an uphill struggle that it breaks my heart to see it because they went all the way through. But Copenhagen Wolves, the first half, the way they played that, they deserved it.
Yeah, they were really nice indeed. Don't forget, of course, you can follow all of the action to keep up to date. Don't forget to check out the website, csgo.RaidCall-ems1.com, and you can also get involved via social media. Of course, the regular Twitter stuff is just down there. Twitter, Facebook, all that kind of good stuff. We're going to take a very quick break. When we come back, the grand final this evening will be taking place, so you won't miss a single frag from it. Well, you might miss a couple because, you know, you can't follow 10 players at the same time, but you get what I mean. RaidCall EMS 1 Full Cup #1 grand final is coming next, and it's going to be a cracker. It's Ninjas in Pyjamas versus Copenhagen Wolves. Don't go too far away. We'll be right back.